All right, let's talk Pittsburgh Steelers here for a little bit. This is a football team obviously looking to make big strides this offseason as they head into 2023. Strong finish to the season. Last year, Kenny Pickett is their guy of the future. Now it's all about surrounding him with the right pieces to really build the roster around this young nucleus as they look to be competitive in the AFC North once again. And there is an interesting report out about a golden opportunity for the Pittsburgh Steelers that I think the Steelers should definitely capitalize on. But before I get into that, Steelers fans, I want to hear from you guys in the comments section below. This has been a successful franchise for my entire life and even before it, right? This has been one of the most well-run franchises in the NFL for decades. But that being said, give me one guy on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Can be a player, can be a coach, an executive, even the owner. Give me one guy on the Pittsburgh Steelers that is the quintessential Steeler, the guy that the Steelers cannot function without, the guy who makes the team run. I think there's a lot of guys who could potentially go in there. I think you got to start with the Rooneys, but there's a lot of names that could potentially be the most important Steeler right now, whether it's front office, owner, coach, player, whoever it may be. Let me know in the comment section below. But all right, obviously the most important Pittsburgh Steeler when it comes to football players right now, guys who play on Sundays, is going to be the quarterback. It's Kenny Pickett. That's not saying, Kenny Pickett's a good player, but that's just the way it is in the NFL these days. The most important player is the quarterback. And when you have a quarterback on a rookie deal, the strategy is simple. You surround him in the entire roster with a lot of talent. That's just how it works. You can do it on offense. You can do it on defense. You have to just surround this young quarterback on the rookie deal with as much veteran talent as possible. And you take advantage of the fact that he's cheap. Obviously, the rookie contracts are much cheaper than a lot of veteran contracts. And do whatever you can to fill all holes you have on the roster with quality veteran players. And when you look at the biggest hole on the roster, and this is according to PFF and frankly the eye test, you got to look at inside linebacker. Because you look at, according to PFF, when you got Spillane and Miles Jack, Spillane graded out as a 52.5. That's 69th out of all linebackers, inside linebackers. Miles Jack, barely better, 53.6. Again, terrible though, 65th out of 81. So at linebacker, the Steelers are not very good. They're great at a lot of other positions, but inside linebacker, they're not good at all. And that leads me to news that has come out recently is that Bobby Wagner, formerly of the Seattle Seahawks and Los Angeles Rams, has been cut. He mutually decided to part ways with the Rams, which I think just means he was released. So obviously Bobby Wagner has come available. This is the moment for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Capitalize on Bobby Wagner. The Steelers have had all kinds of problems addressing the inside linebacker position. Devin Bush in the draft did not work out. Miles Jack did not work out. In fact, I think the Pittsburgh Steelers should cut Miles Jack because according to overthecap.com, if they cut Miles Jack, they open up $8 million in cap space going into this offseason. Now, what does that mean? If you look at Bobby Wagner's average effective per year cap hit, over the past 4 seasons, I'm just going to take the average here. It's $32 million over the last 4 seasons. 32 divided by 4 is $8 million. Seems to make perfect sense. Massive upgrade over Miles Jack immediately, bringing in Bobby Wagner. Short-term deal, not thinking like 4 or 5 years, but a 2-year deal. Give him $16 million guaranteed, put some decent base salary in, make him a lot of money up front. He's at the end of his career. He wants to play for a winner, wants to play for a good organization. A guy like Mike Tomlin kind of will relate real well with a guy like Wagner. And we're not just bringing in a guy who's a good veteran, who's got a big name, who maybe past his prime. He was the number 1, according to PFF, rated linebacker, the best inside linebacker, and frankly, all linebackers had the highest grade in the NFL last season. He can still play at an elite level, and he turns a weakness, inside linebacker for the Pittsburgh Steelers, into a strength immediately. And these are the kind of opportunities you have to take advantage when you have Kenny Pickett on a rookie deal. Because if you let this slide, right, eventually a couple years go down the road, and then you have to pay Kenny Pickett money, and then you're not going to be able to go after veteran free agents like this. We're starting to see this with a lot of teams. Look at the Josh Allen, the Buffalo Bills. They're going to start having issues with that. The Bengals have some concerns about keeping all their guys because they're going to have to pay Joe Burrow. Now is the opportunity to bring in the veterans. You don't have to do it so much on the offensive side of the ball because you've got great playmakers, right? Pickens is a beast. Najee Harris is a beast. I love Pat Freiermuth. Focus on the defensive side of the ball where you have weaknesses. That's inside linebacker, and Bobby Wagner is a solution there. I think going after Wagner and getting the deal done is the opportunity, is the gold moment for the Pittsburgh Steelers. It makes too much sense to not happen. So Steelers fans, keep your eyes open for this. I think this is a great chance for the Pittsburgh Steelers to address their biggest need right out of the gate this offseason.